everybody, thank you for watching the video. As you see, this is my deadlift training from June 2nd, Thursday, and this is my last deadlift workout before my competition. I kind of decided to change my numbers up, and rather than going for 585, I decided to go with 605, and I wanted to get 605 for 5, but I only got it for 4, and it's okay because I wasn't really 100% that day anyway, and I think it also could have been because the initial shock of the load, because I'm used to going up 10-pound increments and then jumped up 30 pounds, so that could definitely be a factor. But other than that, the workout did go well. I got it for 4 reps, so good there. I did a second set, got it for 2, and I did 635 for a single after on the third set. Definitely a good workout, and definitely wanted to end this training cycle strong, so I can be ready for this competition. And I definitely want to say that that day actually I did come across seeing an old friend, actually somebody that actually was at my former gym. His name's Anthony, by the way. Anthony, if you're watching, shouts out to you, man. Much respect to you. I definitely want to bring this person up because, I having a conversation with him, it really just gave me a lot of insight, a lot of things, and gave me a lot of positive outlook on things and on life, and it's great to come across, people who are like-minded as you and have the same mentality and just are really driven and determined to go after what they want. And, it's great to come across people like that because they get you to understand, what you're willing to do and what you're willing to put yourself through to get to where you want to be and to have whatever you want in life. So, it was really a great conversation what I had with him, actually that day, right after that workout. Props to you, and definitely, looking forward to working out with you soon. If it would be great to actually bring you onto this channel and actually, just get your insight on some things that definitely to share with people. So, I guess that'll be something that, could definitely worked on down the road. But again, much props to you, many respects, and looking forward to, catching up with you. But besides that, I'm a week and a half out now for this competition, and I've been prepping for 2 months, about 8-9 weeks, and even though it's been rough and I had a kind of a mental block that I had to surpass, I definitely gonna work past it, and I know for a fact if I keep working and I keep pushing myself, I'll definitely get back to where I want to be. I wanted to do this competition in particular. Reason being is because I'm fortunate to say that I actually have 3 of the 4 world records in the Revolution Powerlifting Syndicate 181 weight class in the deadlift, and I wanted to do this competition so I could take the 4th one, so I can actually say that I have all 4 deadlift records in my weight class in the amateur division for the Revolution Powerlifting Syndicate. I think that's something that it would be a nice feat to obtain, and I don't think there's many people that get to say that they have all the records in a weight class for a federation. So it'd be awesome to have under my belt. And of course this competition is meant for prepping me for the World Championships, for the IPL in September in San Antonio, Texas, and that's the big one. That's always been the goal. That's the competition. That's always been where you wanna. I've been setting my eyes towards, and I want to be able to go back there and put on a better performance and hopefully retain my title as a world champion. So that'd be a really appreciative thing to accomplish. So yeah, this competition is just basically practice and trial run, but also there is some meaning behind this competition. And of course, as always, any competition I do, I always strive to do better. So any progress I make, I will definitely take that, because it's progress. I'm moving forward, And you know, you can't argue with that. It doesn't matter if I took a small step or a big leap. If I made progress, I can't argue with that. So you know, that'll be something that I'm definitely looking forward to. As of right now, when it comes to my numbers, I know for a fact that I'm going to be going with 600, and I don't know about my second and third attempts just yet. I do have an idea, but you know, I definitely have to see how it goes that day because, again, going from training, at my old gym to this gym now with the with the variation in plates, and it causes change in the slack on the bar. So you know, I don't know how that's going to affect me on that day. So I have to see how this training is going to affect me with using the bar for competition, and we'll definitely go from there. So hopefully, from the looks of it, it definitely seems like training with these plates is going to probably help me get used to almost as if using a deadlift bar. So it could have some advantages, but I'm not entirely sure. But of course, I'm going to hope for the best, and as always, just make sure I make the proper adjustments and make smart decisions, and make sure I hit the numbers I want to hit that day. Other than that, I'm ready to go. I'm really amped up, and I definitely need to get this competition. And like I said, I'm a week and a half away, but it's gonna feel like another 2 months to me because I can't wait to step back on that platform. But as like I always preach, just stay focused, stay determined, and just keep working at your goals because you're going to go through things in life that are going to make you feel like crap, and you're going to feel like you're at the worst of worst, but you got to just tell yourself to keep going because like I said before, that's what makes you stronger as an individual. That makes you stronger as a person. Being able to work through something and surpassing it at your lowest point, it definitely is it tailors to the character of who you are as a person, and definitely shows you who you really are when your back is against the wall and what you're willing to do to achieve what you want. And I feel like if you are at your worst and you're trapped in a corner, and if you just tell yourself you can keep working through it, you can overcome anything, and nothing will stop you. And I truly do believe in that because I've been in that situation myself, actually during this training cycle and previous training cycles, and I overcame them. And I believe I have no limits, and nothing can stop me. I believe in myself, and I feel like that is something that when it all comes down to at the end of the day, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to tell yourself it's gonna happen. I can overcome this. I will get to my destination, and you have to have that mentality. When I was talking to Anthony, I told him that, my mentality is I don't have any limits. I believe I can do it. Anything I set my mind to, I just have to put the work in because that's the only way you can get there. Don't cut corners. There's nothing, there's no easy route. You got to put the work in. But I do believe that I can get to where I want to. And, I'm slowly approaching and making those small steps to get there. And it's definitely in sight. And, it doesn't matter if it's right in front of my face or I'm miles away. I definitely know for a fact that I see it at the end of the road. I see what I want, and I will get there. And that's how everybody should look at it. I do want to stress one thing that I guess been in my mind is you should look at life the way as if you're looking at a car. The front windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror. And the reason being is because you're supposed to be emphasizing on looking forward, and you're not supposed to be looking in the past. And that's something that you should look at. And you definitely want to put in the past the things that have kept you down and things that made you feel like you were at your worst. You want to overcome them and leave them behind you. And whenever it seems like a pattern develops that it's going to put you in that situation, you already know how to overcome it because you were already there. So you don't have to worry about being stuck because you already know how to fix the problem. And hence why, like I said, you're going to find out who you really are as a person and just overcome anything. So that's just my little take-home message for the time being. So yeah, my next video will be my competition video. like I said, I'm hoping it was 600, and we'll see where we go from there. And I'm just ready to go. But for everybody who's been following me throughout this entire training cycle, thank you so much. I really do appreciate everybody's support. It's definitely it helps me keep me motivated, and one factor of my motivation to keep pushing myself and try to attain the goals that I want to achieve. Because I do want to back up what I say in regards to believing in yourself and just pushing yourself to your limits to get to what you want. And I feel that I want to display that, and have myself as a testament to just I guess the essence of believing in yourself. So that's something I always want to portray. It's something I always want to display, in what I do and what I try to achieve. So I hope that watching these videos, they do help you and inspire you and just keep you pushing, because I want to influence people to just push them in the right direction, and just show them that when people do say hard work and dedication, it is not cliche. It is fact. It is truth. That those two things will get you to where you want in life. And I just want to portray that the best way I can. So, as always, thank you for watching my videos. Obviously, as always, more are to come, but my next video will be my competition, and I will post that, and of course do a recap of it. So, and then I will talk about what my other goals are for the remainder of the year. So, as always, thank you for watching the video, and take care.